Hello there, adventurers, and welcome to Wally DM. Today our adventuring party is in a chamber and they're being swarmed by rats and being attacked by wererats. They need to figure out the passcode to get out of the door and escape the Temple of Raxivort. So this is how I'm going to set up the puzzle in my game. The adventuring party is nearing the end of their adventure through the Temple of Raxivort. They're up here on this ledge, and down below is this big chamber. And they can see a lot of bones and stuff down there. But what really catches their eye is this large statue of Raxivort. There's a couple old wooden ladders here, and they can try to climb down those, and I may roll to see if they collapse or if they burst into shambles or things like that. Or of course the party probably has rope and they can rappel down. But regardless, they're going to come down here, and it's going to be very swampy. It's going to be there's going to be a lot of muck and mire through here. And as far as when I'm building this dungeon, the Temple of Raxivort is going to be filled with rats, bats, wererats, and I may even introduce the party to a few Xvarts, which are all of those are followers of Raxivort. But regardless, they come down in here, and again, we're going to go maybe ankle, knee-deep muck, mire, sewage, nasty smell, stuff like that. But sitting up a little bit out of that is this statue of Raxivort. Now, I'll probably take away these ladders in any way for them to climb back up, or if they want to try to escape, they can. But they've got to get through this door over here. And this door is magically locked by a 375th level wizard or something like that. And the only way to open that is we have a set of dials here on the west wall next to the door. So this is what the dials will probably look like. Currently they're all set to 0, and the players can start turning the dials, and they can click, click, click through the numbers 0 through 9 on all of these. Now, if they look underneath the 5 on each of these dials is a letter. So we have the letter R, the letter A, the letter T, and the letter S, or spells out rats. Now, it would probably take the players forever to figure out what numbers to put it in here, because they'd have to click through and try them all. And we're going to put them on a little bit of a time clock, because as they're looking at these dials, or maybe just as soon as they land in this room, the room is going to start being filled and flooded with hordes and hordes of rats. So there's going to be like sewer passages all through here that they're climbing out of. They're probably pouring over the ledge, just rats everywhere. So everything's going to be filled with rats. Now, one person can continue to look at the levers over here if they want. The players can actually climb up on the base of the statue of Raxivort and probably avoid most of the rats. So we're going to say this is maybe about a 5-foot tall pedestal that the statue's on. So if the players want to, they can climb up on this statue, and then they're looking down, and all they just see is swarms of rats everywhere. So this may be a great adventure to bring a hourglass out, or a timer. This is a 3-minute timer, and maybe every 3 minutes that the party is messing around looking for clues in here, we're going to have some wererats come in, or maybe some Xvarts are going to come in, or bats are flying through here, or whatnot. All followers of the deity Raxivort. So maybe we have wererats jumping in and starting to fight the party, or things of that nature. Again, up to you as a DM or GM. That's probably what I will do. So it's going to take forever to figure out these dials over here, so we need to give some clues. Now, if the party members look around in the muck and the mire. We might throw some treasure in there, maybe a few gems here and there, or what have you. But the actual clues that the party's going to need to solve this puzzle are going to be etched out on Raxivort's Falchion sword. So on his sword is the clues they're going to need. So if if the parties climb up onto the base of the statue and start to inspect the statue of Raxivort, they will see on his sword there are some words, and let's take a look at those. So here is the sword, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 words on here, and I'll just read them out to you real quick. And if you want to write them down and follow along with the puzzle, you're more than welcome. We've got state, germs, trees, tears, rest, and ages. So knowing that the party needs to turn these dials to the correct number, and we know that we have R-A-T-S, so we have rats, and giving these 6 words here, state, germs, trees, tears, rest, and ages, are you able to solve the puzzle? I'll give you just a quick second if you'd like to figure it out. Did you get it? Okay then. Well, let's go over some clues. So if the party is unable to solve off of this, here are the clues that I would like to give. The first clue reads as follows, and we can have these inscribed anywhere. Maybe they're inscribed on the wall or along the base of the statue or something like that, but we'll just put them there, and if one of the players is having his character look around for something, we'll toss out a clue, especially since our 3-minute timer is expired. So now we're going to maybe help them out, reset our timer, and give them a clue. So let's go with clue number 1. Clues are not 6. Clues are 28. First, you must separate. Okay? If the party's still unable to solve it, here's the second clue that I would give. Piece by piece into 7 piles. Only then will you escape the vial. And the third clue that I would give out if the party is still struggling to solve the puzzle, only 4 numbers will you need. Counting the pieces in each pile is the key. Okay. So let's take our clues and take a look. Clues are not 6. Clues are 28. So if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have 6 words on the sword. And our first clue that we gave the party says clues are not 6. So those are not the clues. Clues are 28. Now if you count each letter in the word, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on, there are 28 letters. So clues are not 6, clues are 28. So the letters are actually the clue. First you must separate. So the clue wants them to separate the letters. Then it says clue number 2, piece by piece into 7 piles. Okay? If we start to separate all these letters, we'll realize that there are only 7 different letters. So let's take our 6 words, separate the letters out into 7 piles. So we're going to take the first word, which is state, which is S-T-A-T and E. Our second word is germs. So we have G E R M S. Trees. T R E E S. Tears. T E A R S. Rest. R E S T. Ages. A G E S. So piece by piece into 7 piles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 piles. Clue number 3, only 4 numbers will you need. counting the pieces in each pile is the key. So if we count these up, there are 6 S's, 5 T's, 3 A's, 2 G's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 E's, 4 R's, and 1 M. So if we use the numbers that we got with the letters on the dials, we can go back to the dials. For the letter R, we've got 4 of them, so we rotate this lever to the number 4. For the A, there is 3 A's, so we rotate the dial to the number 3. T, there is 5 T's, so we rotate it to the 5. And S, there were 6 S's, so we rotate the lever to the number 6. So 4, 3, 5, 6. Rotating the dials will then open the door, and the adventuring party has solved the puzzle, and they can escape this chamber with all of the rats and the Wererats. So that's my puzzle, the Temple of Raxivort. And again, I'm just planning a future gaming session where the players are tracking down a bunch of Wererats, and I wanted to see if they had a deity. I did a little bit of research, came up with Raxivort, and so I will probably be throwing bats, rats, Wererats, maybe even including a few Xvarts into the gaming session. But for you, you could actually take the puzzle out of the shell that it's in and build it around a different deity, or just a whole different situation altogether. Totally up to you. The puzzle can definitely be extracted into a different shell. So that's all I have for you today. If you want to download the sword and the dials, I put a link in the description below, so feel free to print that out and use it for your own game. Did you like the puzzle? Is there something that you would do differently? If you weren't to use Raxivort, is there a different shell that you would incorporate the puzzle in? Do you think it was too hard? What about the clues? Did the clues help you solve it? What clues would you use if your players start to stumble? Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and throw some comments down below. I'd love to see what you thought of the puzzle. And if you've already used it, let me know how it went. Did it work really well for you? That's all I have for today, guys. Appreciate you watching, and as always,